Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phay, and welcome to the channel. So, I've been watching a channel on TV that's strictly about origami. Of course, it's pay-per-view. Today, we're taking a look at Star Trek Expeditions. Now, this is a cooperative game by Reiner Knizia and published by WizKids. In Star Trek Expeditions, you're on the Enterprise and you're basically orbiting around the planet Nibia. All right, you're there because, well, they want to join the United Federation of Planets. However, those pesky Klingons happen to be there as well. Now, in this game, what you are going to be doing, you and three other people, is you're going to be beaming down to the planet. You're going to be dealing with different captain's logs cards, other supplemental cards, basically trying to figure out why the Klingon Empire is out there, what they're trying to do, and see if you can basically keep the balance of power restored. Now, can you succeed? Can you boldly go where no man has gone before? I'll tell you what. Let me give you a brief overview of how this game is played, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, folks, this is an older game that's been around since about 2011, so I'm not really going to cover the setup on this thing. I'm going to assume you already know how it's set up. It's pretty easy to do anyways. I'm just going to get into the actual gameplay. All right, so whoever's playing Captain Kirk is usually going to be the starting player. All right, otherwise, figure it randomly and get ready to go. So what are you going to do? So the first thing you're going to do on your turn is you're going to flip over a Stardate card. Now, depending on the difficulty that you're playing, you're going to notice that Stardate card is going to have a blue section, a gold section, and a red section. Blue is going to be your easiest. Of course, your red is going to be the hardest. And if you're doing the red, okay, then you have to do all three of those sections. You start from the top and work your way down. If you're doing the medium, then you just do the gold and the blue sections, working your way down from there as well. So basically, your blue is your academy section. You got your starship captain is your gold, and then of course you got your starship admiral, the red, if you can manage to succeed through that. Now, on those cards, basically what they're going to do is they're going to have you move the start date down. Okay, so the start date starts on 0, and you have 30 start dates to get this mission completed, where you have to get all those captain's logs finalized. Okay, get that done, or make sure that the Enterprise doesn't blow up. Now, on those, you're going to see a couple things. Like I said, it's going to tell you to move the start date down, or it may have the Klingon ship may attack. Now, if it's going to attack, what's going to happen is the Klingon ship is going to move one space closer, and then you're going to compare its long or short range weapons. If it's only short range, if it's adjacent to you, you're going to roll its black dice. All right. And you're going to add the number together and see if it penetrates your shields. If it does, you're going to take a point of damage. But then again, the Enterprise actually gets to fire back as well. And you're going to basically roll the white dice. Okay. If you roll a 7 on the white dice, you're going to have to click it down 1. It's going to take some damage, but you're going to add 7 to its number. See if it penetrates Klingon shields. If it does, click that one down. Okay. Ultimately, the goal is on your Enterprise, don't blow up and try to take out the Klingon ship. Okay. That's it. Now it's going to come to your turn. So what you're going to do is you're going to look on that stardate card you flipped over in the upper left-hand corner. It's going to have a number, usually a 2, 3, or 4. I think most of them are 3s. All right. But that's going to tell you how many actions you have on your turn. Now, what can you do on your turn as an action? Well, if you're on the Enterprise, you can visit sickbay. If you're in sickbay, roll the white dice, and you're going to heal that many clicks equal to whatever the white dice is. Now, if you roll a 7, heal yourself all the way up and then drop it down by 1. You can have the Enterprise do an attack. Now, do an attack with the Enterprise this way, it's the same as doing an attack regularly, other than, in this case, you're actually doing the Enterprise combat first rather than the Klingon combat first. But otherwise, it's basically the same thing. Or you can beam down. If you're on the Enterprise, you can beam down to any one of the locations on the planet. Now, beaming up and beaming down from the planet to the Enterprise can only be done once per turn. So you can't start on the Enterprise, go to the planet, and then come back up. Can't do it. Sorry. Now, when you're on the planet, what can you do? Well, if you haven't beamed down already, well, you can beam up. All right. Go back up on the Enterprise. You can move one space, okay, from wherever your character's at. Just move to an adjacent space. You can make a discovery. So pick up one of the discovery tiles that happens to be in that area, put it up next to your character. If it's one of the enterprise tiles, next time you're on the enterprise, you can actually spend an action, and or you can just discard it and you can attach it to the enterprise to help out the weapons or shields or whatever it may be. You can do a special character action. Excuse me. Now, every character is going to have different actions on them, and they're on the very bottom. And they usually take an action to do it, but you can do whatever that action is on that for your action. Okay. Now, the special character action you can also do whether you're on the planet or on the enterprise. Also, when you're on either one of those, you can draw an energized card for an action. Okay. Now, the energized cards, you can always have 5 in your hand. If it happens to be a crew member, you just put that crew member down in front of you, and you can have unlimited crew in front of you attached to your character. You can transfer one crew member. If you're in the same space as somebody else, you can just transfer a crew member. You can't transfer the other energized cards, just the crew members as far as I know. Or you can attempt a challenge. If you're at a location where there is a challenge, then what you're going to basically do for the challenge is figure out what that type of challenge is. You're going to look at that your particular character. You're going to see what your value is. All right. If there's names associated to it, okay, you can actually get a +2 for every one of those names associated that match. If you have any cart or crew members that have a special ability associated to it, you can add that as well. Otherwise, what you can do is you're going to you add up all those, roll the 2 white dice, add those numbers together, okay, and look and see if you meet or exceed whatever the value is for the particular challenge. Now, if you have cards in your hand, you can also play those cards after you make the roll for the challenge. If you succeed, you win, okay? Do whatever it says. If you get to go up on the score track for one of the 3, great. If it's one of the captain's log main boards, which are the heavy cardboard ones, you're going to look and see which one's now going to come back out, okay? Because it's always going to start off with a 1A, and from there you're going to go to the different boards underneath it until you can eventually get to the very last one and complete that one, okay? But that's the actions you can take, all right? Now, like I said, if you're doing a challenge, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to roll both your white dice. You're going to add your click value. You're going to add a 1 or 2 for each of your crew. You're going to add a +2 for each matching skill. You're going to add +2 for each matching token that you may have. You're going to add +2 for each other player that happens to be in that spot. And you're going to add +2 for each crew on the space. And then you can play cards, discard tokens, and spent clicks. You can also exert yourself, which means you can click down twice to give yourself an additional +1. All right. But that's basically it. Once your turn is done, you've done your actions, it's going to go to the next player. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to draw a star date card and do whatever their actions are going to be. All right. Now, the game is going to continue on until one of a couple things happen. One, the star date gets all the way down to the end space number 30. If that happens, you lose. Game over. The Klingon ship happens to blow up the Enterprise. Well, you know what? If that happens, you're stranded on the planet. Game over. Or if all of you together can manage to successfully go through all of the captain's logs, finish every single one of them with the Enterprise still intact, with the star date still above 30, okay, if you can manage to do all that, you will win Star Trek Expeditions. All right, folks, there you go. That is a really high level of how to actually play the game. There's actually quite a bit more to the game. A lot more thoughts go into this game, and you really kind of want to think about where your characters are going to go and what they're going to do. All right. But like I said, this game has been around a long time. I just wanted to give you my opinions on it. You know, playing it today, how is it today compared to some of the other games that are out there? All right. Now, one of the things also is I do have the expansion for this. All it's going to do is just add 3 more characters to the game, and that is it. Okay. You're going to get Montgomery Scott, all right, which is going to be your, well, you know, your chief engineer. You're going to get Lieutenant Sulu, all right. And you're also going to get Chekhov as well. So you have all 3 of those you can add. So with this expansion, you can actually play up to 5, which I don't recommend. Okay. Me personally, I like this as a solo game, or I like this as a 2-player game. And if I play it as a 2-player game, I usually play like 2 characters a piece. As a solo game, a lot of times I just play 4 characters and I just have a lot of fun just going through all the different characters. Okay. However, what do I think of the game? Now, when I first started playing this game, I really liked this game. All right. I thought it was fun. Now, the thing is, every one of those captain's logs, the main board captain's logs have the 1A, 1Bs, and all those. Okay, those are all the same. You're going to do the same ones every single time you play this game. You're going to start with 1A. Depending on how you do on that one, it's going to tell you which one to go to. You're going to go up on your scoreboard. Depending on how you do on that one, okay, it's going to tell you where you're going to go. You're going to go up on your scoreboard. Okay, every single time you play the game. The only difference you're going to get is when you're doing the start date supplemental cards. Now, when you seed the board with all those, you're going to have, what is it, the 9 cards that are going to be associated to the main start dates, okay? Which you're going to have 3 of every one of those, and you're going to shuffle those in with some other random cards. So whichever other cards are those, that's your difference you're going to get in the game, and that's the only real difference you're going to get in the game. All the tokens are always going to be the same. They're all going to be face ups. You know where they're at. You just don't know what they're going to be associated with, what card they're going to be with. Okay. That's the only difference. So when I first started playing this game, I really liked this game. I thought it was fun. Okay. I played it a couple different times, and then I got to learn the game. I ended up getting the expansion, played it with the other characters, tried using their special abilities, and it was fun as well. Okay. I still enjoyed it. Even playing the game today, I still enjoy the game. But this isn't a game that I'm going to pull out very often and play it because it's basically it's the same every single time I play it. Yes, some of those start date supplement cards are going to be different. All right, you don't know which ones are going to be out there, but you know what all the main ones are going to be. Okay, and you know what you have to do. So if you always do get the best success on every single one of those, which you're always trying to do anyways, all right, then you're always going to see the same thing over and over and over again. You really don't want to succeed lower because then you get a lower score. Because the main thing with this game is if you look on the course, the back of the rule book, it's going to basically tell you whatever your score is how well you do. And that's what you're playing in this game for. You're playing this game for a score. All right. You want to try to get 40 or more points every time you play it. And you want to try to get all 3 of your mission tracks into the upper box. That's it. Every time you play it, can you successfully do that? If you do, you're going to get the best score, and that's all there is to it. All right. So I enjoy the game. I think it's a fun game. And I think one of the reasons why I like to play it solo is because I dig it out every now and then. Now, if I'm playing this game with somebody else who likes Star Trek, all right, but has never played it before, it's a good experience for them. I love playing this game with people that have never played it before. That's actually probably my preferred way to play it because then I can introduce them to this game. They can experience the story. I'll sit back and I'll kind of help them, maybe give them suggestions or some ideas or something like that. And I'll do the things I want to do, but I'm going to let them enjoy the story and I'm going to let them play through everything and play it out. Okay. See how it is. And they can get a couple different plays on it before they really see everything. All right. And that's one of the things I like about this game. It's a game that I can dig out. I forget what all the different missions are if I sit on it for a year before I play it again. I always forget it. But if I play this with new people, I'm interacting with them. I'm helping them, and I'm trying to help support them to the best of my abilities. Okay. At the same time, yes, we need to get a bunch of stuff done, and I understand that. So that's my favorite way to play it. Okay. Is it a great game? Is it the best Star Trek game out there? No, it's not. Is it a Star Trek game that does have enough theme to it to where it's going to want me to get it to the table every now and then? Yes, it does. And honestly, with the expansion that I have, adding those 3 new characters, that adds a little bit different variety that I like as well. Okay. If this game only ever had the 4 characters that I was always playing, because I'd always be playing those same 4 characters, I don't know if I'd still have it in my collection. With the other characters, I kind of mix them up a little bit. I keep it in my collection. It's one I like to pull out every now and then. I like Star Trek. I really enjoy the theme. I really enjoy the story I get with this one. I really feel immersed in the Star Trek world when I'm playing this game. So I don't know if this game is even a print anymore. I know I got my copy quite a while ago. All right, but I enjoy the game. And is this a game that I recommend? If you're a Star Trek fan and you want kind of a really light sit down, you're going to play every now and then game, yeah, I recommend playing this game. I mean, but if you're one of those just diehard Star Trek fans where you just want to just really immerse yourself and you just want to really get into the meat of a game and everything else, this is probably not going to be one of the games for you. Okay. This is one of those games I highly recommend. If you get a chance to play it before you buy it, I highly recommend that. Or if you know somebody that has it, go play their copy first. Me, I enjoy it. I'm going to keep it around. I'll dig it out every now and then. Okay. But for now, it'll stay in my collection. Doesn't get played a lot, but I enjoy it when I do. Well, thank you once again for joining me today. As always, I please ask you to like this video on YouTube, Board Game Geek, Facebook, or even on X. Please leave me a comment on any one of those platforms, and I'll get to those comments just as soon as I can. And also, folks, if you like the videos I do here, if you haven't done so already, I humbly ask you to click on that subscription button and even click on that bell and be notified when I drop new videos. So where does Fonzie like to go for lunch? Chick-fil-A.